Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. This is the third video in the Django security series, and from today we will look at user authentication. Okay, so let's start with user registration or user creation, sign up, many names for that, right? So to create users, we can utilize a inbuilt Django form called UserCreationForm. So if we go to GitHub and search for user creation form, you can see that particular form here. So it is in Django country path forms.py. You can see that particular form as user creation form. Yeah, basically you have the username field, password 1 and password 2, and also a bunch of validation, like if password 1 is equal to password 2, then the user will be created. That way, those kind of validation, right? So what we will do is we will use that form and then implement the sign up functionality. But before that, let's just create an index page. So that's where the user will come when they go to the particular URL. And this home page that we have here, we will make it as something like /home, and this page is where the user will be redirected to when they log in. So in the index page, we'll just display a welcome message and also have two buttons for sign up and login. So let's implement that first. So we are here in the urls.py file of the application. So I'll just make this as home. So let's go back. When we hit home, that's when this page comes, and when we have the root, it's page not found because we have not yet implemented it, right? So let's go back here and create a new path, which will be this views.index name equals index. Okay, so we don't have the index function or index view, so let's go to view and create a index page request and return render apps.index.html. Let's have a index.html page now. Right, now this I really cannot extend the base table because base HTML file, because here, like you see, we have different navigation links like employees, DNS lookup, which we don't want basically in the index page. So I will copy this and directly put an index page, but I will sort of remove the block, and also these various links. I'll just have the brand. So I'll remove this as well as this. Yeah, so essentially what will be remaining is the just the brand. Okay, so let's go back. It's running. Yes, we have this. Now we will just show a welcome message here, and then we'll have two buttons for sign up and login. So let's go back here. Let's put it under a container, and I like card, so let's put it in a card. Plus card body, and h1, let's say welcome. Let's say class text center, so that it is here at the center of the page. Yeah, refresh, we have it here. So if it's because it is touching the nav bar, I will also just margin top, let's say 4, so that it comes down a bit here. Yeah, so we have a welcome message here, and let's also have two buttons. So let's have one up for sign up, and another one for sign in. Okay, so to login basically. I'll provide the class here as btn say secondary for the login, for the sign up, and class btn primary for the sign. Yeah, so we have this here as well. Okay, what I'll do is I'll put this text center to the body so that all of these are vertically centered. Yeah, so we have welcome, sign up, sign in. Yeah, so I'm keeping things to the minimum because it's just a demo. The more important part is basically to understand the mechanism behind sign up and login. So we have this. Now let's have a URL which will go say sign up. Now note that I've not put it as app because I don't want the all the account related URLs. So sign up, sign in, change password. I don't want it in the urls.py of the application. I want it in the urls.py of the project. Okay, so we have now sign up. I have to create a url.py entry here. So let's say path sign up and views dot sign up name is sign up as well. And because we have imported views and this view is of the application, I have to import that from app import views. Yeah, so now we don't have a sign up view in the views here, so I will add that here. Sign up request, and I'll render this. Okay, and the HTML file I want to put it in a registration folder and sign up.html. Okay, and I will create a new folder in the root directory called templates/registration. You will come to know why, because I'll explain that in the upcoming videos when I explain the login. I think I already have a registration. Okay, I already have a registration folder. Okay, great. So I will create a new file called signup.html. Right. There will be a lot of things that we'll be reusing in login and sign up. So I'll create a base.html file here, which will be pretty much similar to our index.html file here, because it will also contain only the what do you say, the brand, nothing else, right? But we'll just add the block here. So we'll say head, and we'll have the body. We will remove this. We'll just have the body here. Yeah, and in signup.html we will extend base.html. Say registration/base.html. Yeah, And because we have created a new templates folder, we have to register this template in the settings.py file. So I'll put a template directory. These are all basic Django, so I'm not explaining much. These are all basic Django things of why you are creating a templates directory, why we need to register here. These are all basic functionalities, so I'm not explaining a lot here. Template dir, we have to add that in the list here. Okay, now it will get registered. So let's go back, let's say to the index page. We have sign up, okay, so we have come to the URL. Now we have to add something here, so let's go back to sign up. Let's say block head, the title is sign up, block body, inside a container I'll have say sign up. Yes, great. We have this here, right? Now let's go back to our views. I'll remove everything else. I'll just keep the relevant file open. Yeah, so we have the views here for sign up, and we have the sign up.html file. Now this is the most important part in this. Rest was all basic stuff. Here is the most important file part where we will be playing with the forms and actually implementing the logic for sign up. Right, so like we discussed earlier, we'll be using the default Django user creation form. So we need to import that from django.contrib.auth.forms import user creation form. Okay, we have to import from there, and this form is what we'll be using here. So we'll say form equals this. Yeah, and we'll pass the form to the template here like this. Yeah, and in the template we can use the form like this. Form method, this will be post basically, and we have to add the CSRF token, implement the form. I'll put as P for now, and then close the form. Yeah, so let's go back to here. Yeah, so here you can see the username, password, and password confirmation. We will add a couple of buttons here. We have button type submit, we have save or say sign up, and let's have a button, or let's say this is a plus, it says cancel. Okay, so the class for this is btn primary, and the class for this is secondary. Here we will provide the URL of the index page itself, so let's keep it index. Or was it something else? Oh no, it was app index, right? Yeah, it was app.index, app index. Right, so if we go back to our page, you sign up and cancel, right? So now we have this, but to get it working in the views, we have to handle the post request. So if we say if request.method equals post, then initialize this with a post, then if the form is valid, then save the form or save the data of the form to the user table, and then we have to return somewhere, right? So we have to return redirect. Did I import redirect? Yeah. So I have redirect to app index. So it will go back to the index page after creating the user. Okay. Else, so it means that if it is not a post request, we will initialize the form as before using user creation form, right? And then it will get passed here. Okay. So we go back to the page, nothing much would have changed. But now at the back end, we have the option of creating the, or we have the logic of saving the data that we provided in this form into the user table, thereby creating a new user. So let's test that. I will create a new user called Jaren with the password. Sign up. It says the user with that. Okay, all right. So let's say Jaren 100. Let's sign up. Okay, so it I think it created and then it came back to the index page. So to verify that, let's go to the admin page, go to users. Yeah, so I have a new user that has been created called Jerin 100. Okay, great. So that's overall how you create a new user, right? Okay, but if you look at it, this is not very good looking, right? So we'll spend some time into adding some HTML and CSS that will make this look a bit more better. Okay, so let's go back to signup.html. Yeah, so let's say, how do you want to do it? Let's center it a bit here and then remove all these things, make this input box also better. Yeah, so primarily we'll use Bootstrap 5 for it. So I'm currently using Bootstrap 5. I'm just testing out a few things in that, if there are any changes and stuff like that. It looks pretty nice. Yeah, so let's get back into that. Okay, so I will center this a bit and also add a few margin. So now it is here, and then I will make a row and also do something like this. 1, 2, and 3. I will put in the second column this. So now it has come like this. So it's centered now. And now we'll have to work on the individual field level. Yeah. So to do that, because we have a Django form in this format, one of the best mechanism is to implement something called widget tweaks. Okay, so we will install that first. So 3 install. Yeah, so now that is installed, I have to add that as a application. Okay, now that is added. Now I have to change this here. Yeah, so to do that, I have seen a very good blog from simple is the best is better than complex. If you don't know that blog already, then please refer that. It's an amazing blog which contain lot of good things in Django, right? So there is one particular article of rendering forms manually. So this is by White Witter, and here if we go to the bottom, so he explains very much in detail how to render forms manually and everything. So do check this awesome blog. But what I am more interested is in this particular form, or this particular form. So here again he has used log widget tweaks, and he has created a customization of the form that we have created, the user confirmation form that we user creation form that we are using. So what I'll do is I will take inspiration from here and create a bs5 form.html file. So I'll go back, and here create a new file called bs5 because I'm using bootstrap 5.html, and then I will add this here. So I'll explain a bit in brief what this form is doing. So here what I'm basically doing is I'm loading widget tweaks which we just installed here. That's one. Here I am looping through all the hidden fields in the form which I may have given. In this particular case, that might not be necessary because there is no hidden field in the user creation form, so that is not required. But I'll just keep it for the sake of it, because I've created a generic form, so then I can reuse the same form over and over again in the other Django forms. So I'm keeping this here. This section I am, or what we are doing is we are going to display all the non-field errors. So errors that would be thrown by Django, but which are not related at the field level. So generic error messages will be displayed here, and it uses Bootstrap classes of alert and alert danger. So it comes up in a good looking format. Okay, so that's this one. Now for all the visible fields, I'm looping through all the visible fields, and I'm first entering the tag or the label of each of the field, and here is where the main thing is. So if form is bound, so it means that if the form has data, that is the first condition that is checking in each field. Okay, now it means that username is the first field, so it will come here and then have the label for username. Now next it checks that if that field has data. Second, if that field has errors, then for each of these errors, this will get displayed. So again, it is using the Bootstrap class of invalid feedback and displaying that error. Okay, that's one. Else means if there is no error, it means that it is valid. Okay, that the data that we entered is valid. Okay, next is, so this is the condition that will this is what will be rendered when we have data and when there is error, and this will be rendered when there is no error. Okay, that means that the validation has passed. Now if there is no data, then it will simply render the file as it is. Okay, with form control class. Okay, that's what happens. And next we will see that it is entering all the, or rendering all the help text. So help text in this case is this basically. These are all the help text that is here. Yeah, so that's what will be displayed. So now I have to include this form in the sign up, right? So for that I will use include, and bs5. I have put it in the root, I think. Yeah, I put it in the root for template folder. So bs5 underscore form dot html, and I have to provide with form equals form. So the form that I am providing here from the view will be rendered in this format. Okay, that's what this basically means. Okay, so let's go back to the page after I sorry, after I run this. Okay, there is some issues. It says no module widget tweaks. Okay, what happened? We just installed. In settings also we have mentioned widget tweaks. Let me check. Okay, let me go back and see if that is the correct name that I have to put in the install app page. So you don't like remember all the things, right? So let me check. Widget was, yeah, that's the correct word. Okay, I don't know what happened. One second. Oh, okay, right, it's underscore. Now if I go back and refresh, it looks much better now. Yeah, we will improve a bit more. We will remove this help text. Yeah, okay, so I'm just removing this help text because I don't think that's pretty much useful being there. So let's go back, refresh. Yeah, much better. But there is just few issues with the spacing between each field. So we'll go back and add a margin top where here, let's see, I'll add a margin of 3. Refresh. Yeah, okay, better now. I just have to add a margin in this section as well in the, so just put it all in the div with the margin 3 as well. Let's go back, refresh. Okay, so looks much better now. We can have a username, password, and password confirmation. So let's add a user and check. So in this case, I'll add user 200. And sign up. Okay, it created, and let's refresh. Yeah, do new user has been created. Let's intentionally enter some wrong data. So let's say like this. Let's enter passwords that doesn't match. Let's sign up. Here you can see nice validation with nice error messages, and it's showing which one is valid, which one is not valid, etc. Yeah, so it's looking much better. But if you realize one thing, even if I create a new user and it is successful, there is no like success message that's coming up. So it's just redirects. It doesn't, the system doesn't tell you that the user has been created, now you have to log in, right? So to implement that, I will use the Django's messages framework. So I have to import the message from django.contrib import messages. Yeah, and use that messages.success request and add you, what do we write as a, let's say new user created, please log in, or we'll use the terminology it is, please sign in. Yeah, so let's go back here, and I have to also show this message where in my index.html file. So in my index.html file, I have to put here. So let's put it here, create a new class, let's say with margin top 4, or let's say 2. Yeah. Then I have to put the HTML for messages. I kind of forgot what was that, so I'll just Django messages. Here you can have something like, yeah, this one. So this is how you display the message here, like this. So it's basically checking if there are messages, then it will show the message. Yeah, so let's now go back, create a new user, let's say Jaren 400. Now you have this message saying that the user has been created, but this also doesn't look very nice, so we will use the alert class of Bootstrap. So I go to Bootstrap and they provide some classes. Let's see, alerts. There is a particular class where you can, yeah, this one. So copy this, and here I don't need this, this is okay. I'll remove the command here, and I'll remove this as well. So instead of this, I will display the message. Yeah, I just need to remove this UL as well. So if there are messages, for each message a alert box will be shown. So let's go back to the browser, some say Jaren 500. Yeah, so now you can see an alert basically says a new user has been created, please sign in. So I can cancel that and then sign in as well. Okay, so basically that is a brief about signing up or user creation. In the next video we will learn how to log in or sign in to the application and take us to the home page.